So welcome, my beautiful souls, to part 2 of what we need to let go to let our desire come into our lives. And as I said in the first video, it's not about letting go of your desire, right? Because you are fully allowed to have your desire, but it's about letting go of components that accompany your desire. So since in the first video we were talking about internal blocks, today I'd like to concentrate more on the external components. And we also focus down on 3 here. And for sure, there's also an internal part of you that's playing a role here, yeah? But I just count them to external blocks because it's about your interaction with your environment. So we directly dive into the first one, which is letting go of toxic and unhealthy relationships. And I know this is a huge one, and actually we could just keep going on like the next 10 videos about this topic to really break down all the components of letting go of toxic relationships. But I like to actually summarize it in one sentence here and get to some key points about this. And the one sentence actually is: if your nervous system, and especially your autonomic nervous system, cannot settle down around a person, this is a strong indicator that this person is not for you. And I'm not talking about the first getting to know each other, yeah? But I'm not talking about this. Sure, there is some kind of excitement when you get to know someone, right? And you like to deepen the relationship. But this is it feels different. It's a different kind of excitement, right? It's more of a positive excitement that's accompanied by positive emotions. I'm really talking about people you know and people you're in whatever kind of relationship with, where you find yourself like tiptoeing around them all the time because you kind of try to analyze how they might react to you or how they might think about you. So when you're constantly finding yourself in this state of kind of inner nervousness or kind of tension, because you constantly try to fit in what you think the other person might expect of you. So your nervous system, your autonomic nervous system, is constantly in some kind of fight and flight mode, constantly under pressure. This is something to let go of. This is something to change. And sure, relationships are about compromising as well. It's also about looking at the other person's needs and meeting each other. But that's exactly the point. It's about meeting each other. So it's also about you, and it's also about your needs. And yes, if you say to me, yeah, but I want to love unconditionally and also experience unconditional love. Loving unconditionally is also about loving without expectations and letting the expectations go, right? But there still needs to be a frame. You also have to love yourself unconditionally, and it starts with loving yourself unconditionally. And maybe you might also say to me, well, but love just feels this way, right? It just has to feel like this, like a certain nervousness, some part of you not knowing how it's going to work out, and some kind of sort of fear behind it. But actually, it has not to be like this. And actually, I guess you really wish for a love where you feel safe, a love where you feel secure, a love where you can just be who you are. Your nervous system might be familiar to this kind of love because you experienced this kind of love before. And so there's a part of you that just believes this is the way it has to be. though it doesn't have to be this way. So there is for sure a process of inner work here, and looking at your wounds from childhood days on here, why your nervous system believes this is the way love has to feel like. But as I said, this is like going too far by now, just for this video, because here we just concentrate on just getting the awareness of this kind of relationship. So if you find yourself in something like this with other people who are just kind of draining you out, who do not care about your feelings, do not care about your well-being, when you look at the time you spend it with those people, or when they are absent and you think of them, and you're more often feeling miserable and sad than kind of positive, peaceful, and secure. So these are the relationships to let go of. These are the people to let go of, to allow yourself to welcome other people into your life, where you can experience the loving and trustworthy relationship that you wish for. And I'm not saying that people cannot change like entirely, but you will just know if you let certain people go because you finally set some boundaries about your life, if there are people who return, if there are people who want to do their part to have a beautiful relationship with you, well, then you will know. But if you keep being clingy and attached to a person, on the one hand, your energy is just going to be repelled, right? Because the underlying energy and the underlying emotion here is not really love, it's more like fear, right? And so you're going to be repelled. And also, you simply cannot control the other person. You have to let them live their life, let them be them. And yes, let go of this kind of fearful love to allow the love that you actually wish for to enter your life. And additionally to this, also have a close look on time wasters. This is also something to let go of, like people or things that are completely occupying your time, so that you don't have any time left or any space left actually in your mind to, well, focus on your desires, focus on your dreams and aspirations. So this is more about looking at your daily schedule. Are you really finding yourself having space and free time for yourself, where you can focus on your development, focus on your growth, or just like simply have a space, yeah, to just let the mind rest? Or are you constantly finding yourself in a fully packed schedule where you try to fulfill things for other people? So are you just running around doing things for others? And always set your own needs back. So again, it's about setting boundaries. It's about allowing yourself to not please people all the time, and to kindly say no from time to time, just to have some space to rest, space to relax, space to let your autonomic nervous system settle down, and to allow things to come to you, because you're not constantly chasing other things. Which leads to the final and maybe actually easiest thing to let go of, or external block to let go of for today, which are distractions. So I actually mean digital distractions, like scrolling through social media or having the phone there, and then people can call you when you try to focus on things that you want to accomplish. Actually ask yourself how much of your time, of your day, is wasted by distractions around you. How often do you find yourself scrolling through the social media instead of keep working on whatever you were working at. But then you were kind of just, oh, I just have a short look at something for like 5 minutes, and suddenly half an hour is gone. So get yourself some restrictions here. If you are working on your goals, then don't allow other people to distract you here. Put the phone anywhere else, so they cannot reach you. Put it on mute and set the boundaries with yourself to not look at your phone till you did the work that you were planning to do for the day. So in some way, this is about letting go of procrastination, And yes, we often procrastinate out of inner fear, but we are also often procrastinating just because we have so many distractions around us that can just easily take our focus somewhere else. So identify your distractions around you and let go of them. Again, actually, also this is about creating space for you, creating space for your mind to let the information come into your consciousness that you actually need to get to your desire, to get to your goals and your wishes. And in case you missed out on the first part of this series, where I was talking about the internal blocks, or at least some of the internal blocks that we might have in letting go, feel free to check out on this video. And next time we're going to dive into my actually favorite part of this whole topic, where we have a more holistic view on things. So I hope to see you again next time. Till then, bye!